What if you had an AI board member for your homeowners association? I'm not talking about some generic chatbot, but a real specialist that knows everything from bylaws to budgets. Well, we're about to dive into what happened when someone did just that using a tool called HOA GPT, and let's just say its first response was not what anyone expected.
So when it was first asked what it does, the AI didn't spit out some dry, technical answer. Nope, it channeled Donald Trump, promising to write the best bylaws and, yes, make your neighborhood great again. A pretty weird way to start, right? But believe me, that was just the first surprise. But here's what's really wild, its range. The user then asked it to explain itself to a 10-year-old. Instantly, it dropped the whole bombastic persona and became this friendly super helper. This isn't just a funny party trick. This shows it can literally shift its whole communication style depending on who it's talking to.
Okay, so the funny personas, that was just the warm-up act. The real story, the main event, kicks off when this AI got a serious assignment. We're about to see how it went from a playful chatbot to a full-blown professional consultant, co-creating a super detailed 70-page official document completely from scratch.
This is where it gets real. The user gives it a real-world test case. List all your capabilities for a specific community in India, the Vasanth Vihar Army Residents Welfare Association, or RWA. And the AI's response? Whoa, it was incredibly detailed.
First, it tackles the heavy hitters, governance and finance. The AI offered to draft entire constitutions, whip up meeting minutes, and even get into the weeds of specific local laws. Plus, it can handle budgets and look over vendor contracts. You know, the core stuff that keeps an association running, legally and financially.
And then there's the day-to-day grind of operations and communication. The skills here are just so practical. We're talking about drafting standard operating procedures for staff, or systematically tracking resident complaints. Get this, it even offered to help mediate disputes, providing neutral, clear language to help resolve conflicts. That's next level.
And it goes way beyond just paperwork. The AI can help build a real community by planning events and putting together welcome kits. And crucially, it gets serious about safety, offering to create incident report formats and even draft full-on disaster management plans.
So, after laying out this incredible menu of services, the AI does something amazing. It doesn't just sit there waiting for the next command. It proactively suggests a complete solution, a fully customized operations handbook, basically a ready-to-use digital playbook for the whole committee. This is the exact moment this thing pivots from a Q&A to a real collaborative project.
And this, right here, is where the story gets really fascinating. The final document is impressive, for sure, but the process of how it was made is even more incredible. It wasn't a one-shot command. It was a detailed conversation, a true back and forth between the user and the AI.
Just look at this exchange. The AI is acting like a super seasoned project manager here. It asks about the output format, PDF. The preferred tone? Formal, government style. The language? Indian English. It even asks if it should include a foreword and who should write it. Each question just methodically builds the blueprint for the final document.
And this wasn't just a few simple questions. All in all, the AI asked for 24 distinct points of clarification to get this handbook just right. 24! From the official address on the cover page to the exact placement of the foreword. That is an insane level of detail. So, after that whole meticulous dialogue, what was the final result? What does this document, co-authored by a human and an AI in a single conversation, actually look like? Let's break down the anatomy of the handbook. The final structure is just so thorough. It starts with the official cover page and the foreword, then dives deep into the core governance and financial rules. It details all the operations, provides ready-to-use templates for things like violation notices and meeting minutes, and it finishes with official signatory pages and even a log for future changes. It's a complete operating system. And here are the final specs. Every single detail you see here was confirmed through that back-and-forth conversation, from the exact title and edition date to the formal administrative tone and the foreword by the RWA's president, General Patil. The crucial point is, this isn't some generic thing the AI spat out. It's a custom-built, hyper-specific document co-created from the ground up. So what does this all mean? Well, this one interaction gives us an incredible peek into the future of complex administrative work. You know, paperwork. It's not just about making things faster. It's about making highly customized, professional-grade documentation accessible to anyone, guided by an AI that knows exactly what questions to ask.
Think about it. A document that would normally take a whole team, weeks, maybe longer, to put together, done, in a single conversation. The real breakthrough wasn't just the speed, it was the collaboration. The AI didn't just follow orders, it asked the right questions. So, if AI can now act as an expert consultant for an HOA, what complex task is next? Drafting legal contracts? Creating city planning proposals? We've just seen the future of collaborative work, and it's far more interactive than we ever imagined.